Hello everyone, it is Wednesday. Welcome to Wisdom Well Wednesday. Today we are doing understanding the Earth Star Chakra, grounding and stability. This is episode 10 of our Chakra Series. So all the way back at the beginning of the year in February, we started the Chakra Series and we started with an introduction to the 7 major chakras. And then we did episodes 2 to 8 was going through each of the 7 individually. And then last month we did on September the 24th, the 12 chakra system. So an introduction to adding just 5 extra ones to bring those 7 major ones into an even bigger expanded system of chakras. So this is lesser known than the major ones, and thus the names, the locations, stuff like that are different depending who you talk to. So I'm just going to tell you my ones. These are the ones that work for me. These are the ones that align for me. By all means, please do have a little look for yourself, see what names and what properties and what locations actually feel more aligned to you and go with that. But this is just an introduction to get you started and to get you aware that they exist and to hopefully help you discover a bit more about yourself. These ones are also outside of the body, whereas the 7 major ones are along the spine and the head. So that's another reason why their location is a little bit different depending who you talk to. So if you haven't already, please go back and look at the other episodes. Otherwise, I'm going to pretty much assume that you at least know the 7 from here on out. And then we're just going to cover the 5 extra ones. And then you've got an even bigger expanded chakra system to work with, especially when you want to go into more spiritual or deeper work. Have you ever felt a deep connection to the ground beneath your feet? What if I told you that there's an energy center known as the Earth Star Chakra that helps anchor us to the energies of the earth? Join me as we explore this powerful chakra and discover how connecting to it can transform your spiritual journey. Okay, so welcome to our first of the extra ones, the ones that we're adding on to our 7 major chakras to create the 12 chakra system. This is going to be number 8. This is going to be below our feet, depending who you asked, about 12, maybe 6 inches below your feet at any given time. So it's connected into the earth. So without further ado, let us get started. Okay, so as I said, we're going into the 12 chakra system now. So this is going to be chakra number 8, because we've already gone through our 7, so we're adding 5 more. This is our brown chakra, which is why I'm in brown today. You can also use black for this chakra as well. It's more commonly going to be brown because it's into the earth, and that's the color of earth. So as I said, it's about 6 to 12 inches below your feet. You don't need to really measure it. You just have to have that mental known in your mind, that there is something that's literally anchoring you to the earth all the time. So this connects you to either the physical earth or Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever it is that you want to envision it as. But either way, it's what roots you to the ground and to that healing energy of the earth. It gives you a great sense of stability and grounding and belonging, because if you remember going all the way back to our root chakra, our red one at the very base of our spine, that one is also grounding and stability. But this Earth Star Chakra literally pulls you down, like it's like a gravity or some kind of force that really roots you into the earth, more so than your root chakra does. And of course, a sense of belonging, because it makes you realize that you're all a part of the earth, a part of nature, part of this great ecosystem. So it really makes you feel a sense of community on a grander scale of things. It does actually work in harmony with all of your other chakras because it's that earth energy coming up out of the ground, and it runs through your body and into your extra ones above the head, which we'll be covering in the next couple of months. But it's very much helps with your other chakras to connect to the earth as well, especially obviously with the root chakra and all those lower chakras in the major ones. It can also help you connect to like higher consciousness as well. That's why it also connects with the higher chakras of the seven major too, like your crown chakra and things like that. It can help with like a spiritual insight or awareness. So what are some signs of an unhealthy or an underactive Earth Star Chakra? So we're going to go through, as we did with the seven major ones, the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. So just see if any of these are something that you're feeling now, and then later on we'll go into ways that you can help activate it and feel better. So if you have an unactive or an unhealthy Earth Star Chakra, physical symptoms could be fatigue or low energy, or always feeling quite tired. Maybe there's frequent illness as well, or a very, very weak immune system. So you're always kind of like coming down with a cold or a cough or something worse. And then you've got a really poor physical condition in general, so you're quite unhealthy, and that might not be through lifestyle. That just might be, you know, what we would call the luck of the draw. But obviously when we go more spiritual, we understand that it's not that at all. This could also be very much about a poor physical condition of your lower half of your body, so like your legs and your feet, things like that, even like your lower back, anything that's sort of like lower grounding energy from your physical. You could be very, very sensitive to environmental factors, so like changes of weather or the electromagnetic fields and stuff like that. You could be very, very in tune with that, but in a bad way, like you know, the snow's coming and an old injury plays up, or you know, that you feel the tides of the moon and you feel really emotional and that kind of stuff. That's going into more emotions now, but you know, like that kind of thing. You're in touch with the physical environment around you. And then of course you've got difficulty grounding, especially when you're really trying for like a meditation kind of thing. You just feel really unanchored and insecure in the fact of like not feeling secure to the earth, not feeling grounded. So the emotional symptoms would be things like anxiety or unease, a sense of restlessness and stuff like that as well. Obviously feeling insecure mentally as well as physically, that we just did, and not feeling secure and stable in your life right now. That could be a disconnect with your, or an underactive Earth Star Chakra. You could be a bit of like a instability, mood swing kind of thing, like very, very emotional, swinging back and forth. Maybe you might feel isolated, you might not feel a connection with other people or things. It's just very much an overwhelming feeling of insecurity on an emotional level. Mental symptoms could be things like you're having real difficulty concentrating on any kind of task. Maybe there's a lot of negative thoughts going on, self-doubt, maybe traumas or bad memories are replaying in your head, because remember, even though it's the root and the lower chakra kind of things, it's also the upper ones as well, like the head. Mentally scattered and sort of disarray kind of thing in your head. Maybe you don't have any clarity, any personal goals. There's no kind of real direction with your life right now. You could be very, very overwhelmed with the sensories and like stimuli around you. You know, you could be, it's too much and you have to just remove yourself from the outside world, that kind of thing. Spiritually, you might feel very disconnected from the earth, from the mother goddess, from your intuition, from any kind of spiritual insight. You might have difficulty with your spiritual experiences in your daily life, like being able to blend the two and work with the two. You might really find that like your sense of purpose and spiritual growth is not really present in your everyday life. Yeah, so that's pretty much how you know when it's inactive or unhealthy. We also have overactive though. Overactive is also not good because it's too much energy going on in that Earth Star Chakra. So physically, you might be really hyperactive or restless. You could feel a heaviness in like the lower body, like the legs and the feet and stuff like that could feel really, really heavy. You could feel extremely lethargic, or you could have digestive issues, even though it's a bit higher up. It's still those lower chakras, right? So you might feel some discomfort, especially in the lower areas of your body. You might have difficulty relaxing or unwinding. There's like an overabundance of physical energy with no outlet for it. Emotionally, when it's overactive, you are very, very attached to your materialism, like the material world, to your belongings, quite possessive and maybe greedy, or just wanting to keep everything to yourself, right? You could really have a very, very heightened anxiety level, maybe to the point of like survival instinct kind of insecurities and stuff like that. Maybe have difficulty letting go of the past, any kind of bad things that happen to you are constantly replaying, as in the underactive, but you just can't get past that. You can't let it go. Might just be feeling really, really stuck as well, but it's more than the underactive, because with this there's like the energy behind it, so you want to get past it, whereas the underactive it's like, yeah, I can't be bothered, whatever, I don't want to do that right now. But when it's overactive, you're frustrated with yourself that you're not moving past it, you're not moving forward, and come on now, make a decision, like get some clarity, move on in your path, but you just can't do that final step. Correct? So spiritually, you just don't really have any access to your higher guidance. So whether that's your higher self, your spirit guides, your gods or God, any kind of access to anything higher than just your mind. You could also just not really want to explore those spiritual sides, like you just want to stay in the 9 to 5 in the grind, and you don't really want to explore anything else out there. You don't want to confront anything in your spiritual self that might be holding you back. So now, what are the signs of a healthy and an active Earth Star Chakra? So let's see how many of these you have right now. So physically, you're going to be feeling very strong, vitality and energy, and everything physically is working good for you. Like you're healthy, you're balanced, you feel a connection to the earth, but you also feel a connection to your purpose in life. Your goals and everything are all very much in line, and you just feel very at ease in your physical self. So very, very nice feeling when you get to that point in your physical conditions. Emotionally, you're going to be feeling very, very secure, very, very stable. It's pretty much the opposite of the ones that we've just covered for the underactive and overactive, right? Especially when it's your home, even if you don't necessarily have a home, if you're a bit of a nomad or whatever, just like whatever you call home is going to feel very, very stable. your challenges are something that you strive to do, that you enjoy doing. You want that challenge. It's not a task to get done. It's something that you really, really enjoy doing. You're going to feel a very strong connection to nature, a very, very loving way, like it's part of you, or it's even though it's external, there's a connection with you in some way. Emotionally resilient as well would be obviously. Mentally, you're going to be able to focus and concentrate, and everything is kind of clear to you, but you're very, very open to new ideas too. You're not rigid in those plans and things, but you do have a way forward. If other things show up for you, you're able to just go with the flow and change course if you need to. And it's just very, very easy. Everything's easy. And spiritually, obviously, you're going to feel that sense of belonging that you don't feel when you're underactive. You're going to feel a connection to earth, to nature, to your community, and to yourself. First and foremost, to yourself, right? You're going to have a very clear direction in life, spiritually and physically. You're going to just want to integrate all of that spiritual knowledge into your physical self and just go forth and achieve through this connection with the higher realms and the lower, and bring them into the middle, which is where you live day to day. So that's a really, really interesting and really, really good one to have activated. So how do we do that? So if you found that you're overactive and underactive, like things were you, then this is how you can start to activate your Earth Star Chakra to bring it up to that lovely healthy level. So as with all of the other chakras that we did, we're going to go through the exact same things. We're going to go through, first off, color therapy. Obviously brown. Brown is the color for this one. So anything brown, clothes, jewelry. You can do decor, maybe a pillow or a painting or something, surround with something brown. Also, black is a color for this one as well, so you could also use black for this too. Just really surround yourself with those colors to start activating. And really, really good as well, shoes, right? You can get brown and black shoes, more common than not, right? So that's a really good one for triggering that Earth Star Chakra, even though barefoot on the ground is going to be the best. If you need to be wearing shoes, just be aware when you're wearing your brown or your black shoes. I am connecting to my Earth Star Chakra. I am connecting to that energy. I am grounding. I am whatever it is that you want to do, right? And connect with it through those shoes if you can't go barefoot. Barefoot's always the best. Foods, obviously, are really, really a good way to incorporate the chakra healing into your everyday life. So for the Earth Star, brown and black foods you can do, but more importantly, or more easy, I should say, would be things like root vegetables, anything that goes into the earth, right? And so that's carrots, potatoes, beets, any of those lovely things that come right from the earth. Whole grains, so like brown rice, quinoa, any of those kind of things, those are really good for stabilizing you. Proteins like nuts and like those kind of things like that, like chickpeas and stuff, you know, like lentils, stuff like that would be really good for your physical energy and your vitality. And of course, dark leafy greens, that's your overall nourishment and grounding energy also. So what kind of activities can we do? Activities such as obviously going outside, anything outside. Maybe you want to go hiking, maybe you want to do some gardening and really get into that walking barefoot again, just connecting with the earth, like actually have an awareness that that is what you're doing when you're out in nature, that you're connecting to the earth through your Earth Star Chakra. You could do hobbies that involve sort of things with your hands and with natural materials. So crafting with natural materials, woodworking, anything like that that's with something natural, like maybe like wool and stuff like knitting or something like that with natural wool. Anything that feels natural and grounding and creative. Yay. Yoga, of course, it's always in here. So, I'm not a yoga instructor. So if you want to do yoga, ask your yoga instructor or your friend that does yoga for someone that would be good for this. But mountain pose, warrior pose, tree pose, all of these are fantastic for that. But again, go ask someone that knows yoga better than I do, which is probably anybody because I don't do yoga. Affirmations, meditations, and visualizations. Okay, so we want to find some affirmations, right? When I said connect and have that mental awareness that you're connecting. So you might want to do some I am, make sure it's I am, not I will, or something like that. It's always I am. It's always in the present and it's always a positive. It's like, it's never going to be I will not. It always is I am. Like, yeah. I am not unstable. You don't want to say that. You want to say, I am stable. I am grounded. I am rooted. That kind of stuff, right? Because when you say it in the present and in the positive, your body reacts in the positive to that. If you say in the future tense, it doesn't react because it can do it later. And if you say it in the negative, it reacts to the negative word and it brings the negative energy in. Simple, huh? So things like I am grounded and connected to the earth. I feel safe and secure in my body. I am open to receiving the earth's healing energy. I release what no longer serves and welcome new opportunities. Just all of these kind of things. Just play around with it. Find something that you align to, that you feel happy with, that actually is something that you want to do, and bring that into your daily affirmations. Visualization and breath work. So visualization, nice and easy. Just imagine roots or something coming out of your feet into the earth, going through this Earth Star Chakra. So this like chakra is like a vortex or a ball or a portal or a wheel or something, whatever you want to envision, and imagine it as a brown spinning disc or something, or black if you're using the black, and just imagine that that is connected to you, but it's like 6 to 12 feet inches beneath your feet, and yeah, and just have the roots coming out of your feet, go through that chakra, that Earth Star Chakra, and into the earth, and just expand it out and literally envision yourself as at the bottom of a tree. This is really, really going to help. And you could even have like the energy coming up those roots into your body if you wish, or you can just literally just have it as your stability and your rooting. Okay, so crystals and aromatherapy to finish it off today. Loads of lovely grounding ones. You can obviously use a lot of the ones that you used for especially your root chakra at the base of your spine. But we'll just go through a couple here. So like fire quartz, healer's quartz kind of thing. It's a mixture, actually, here we go. Just to explain. So it's a mixture of hematite, which is a grey sheen kind of one that you probably can't see there, and the clear quartz, which is the nice clear one that everyone's aware of. And it creates a sort of pinky, I don't know if you can really see that well, but like a pinky color with a swirl. So that's a really nice one to use. Black crystals like black tourmaline, obsidian, stuff like that. Black onyx would be a really, really good one to just kind of use to connect in. And again, it's a black crystal, so that connects with the black color. Smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is a lovely gray one. It's like the clear quartz, but there's like a gray, depending which one you get, either a very slight like smoke going through, or it's quite gray. So you've got this beautiful one there. Red jasper. Red jasper is really good for the root chakra too, and this is actually for my root chakra with the symbol for the root. But for today, we're going to say it also connects to your Earth Star Chakra as well. Bloodstone. Unfortunately, my bloodstone doesn't have a lot of blood in it. So you probably can't see it, but it's like a dark green with flecks of like a red or like jasper that you just saw in it. And yeah, so it looks like it's got splash of blood on there. Lovely. But that one also helps. It's very, very healing, very, very good for connecting, but it's like courage and strength and all of these nice things. Tiger eye, one of my favorites. Beautiful, beautiful tiger eye. Very, very good for protection and grounding and balancing of the energies as well. Mahogany obsidian, I don't have, but that's a nice one. It's like a black and dark pink mahogany kind of color, depending again what kind of one you have. That's a really nice one for grounding and protection and clarity even. Carnelian. Carnelian can be like an orangey color, like a really dark one, or it can be like a lighter one with like bits of like white or cream going through with the orange. So that's a nice one, right? And then we have Mookaite jasper as well. Mookaite is like a reddy kind of color with brown, and that's a really, really nice one too. And then we have essential oils. Essential oils, of course, can be diffused in either an electric or a candle diffuser. You can put it on your pillow, like obviously not where your eyes are going to go, or if you have sensitive skin, maybe not on the pillow, maybe on a handkerchief or something on the bedside table. You can, if you've got any jewelry, like a bracelet or a necklace that has what we call a lava stone, it's like a very porous black stone, and you can just drop a drop or two on there, and then when you've got the bracelet or the necklace on, you can just smell it all day as well. Of course, you can put it in what we call a carrier oil, which can be any kind of oil, even kitchen, like using oil, like olive oil or something, any kind of oil. Coconut oil is a really good one. Add a few drops of it to that big oil, and you can rub it into your skin. Because it's your Earth Star Chakra, I'd probably say like rub it into your feet, but wherever you want, just so that you can smell it. And if you're doing a meditation to connect to your feet, maybe you do have it on a bracelet or a necklace or something, just to be able to breathe it in, to have that scent to help you visualize. So ones to use for this, by all means, like whenever I give a list like the essential oils and the crystals, it's not an extensive list. Please do look up ones for yourself as well that you feel more aligned with. But just to give you an idea of the kind of ones you want like a very woodsy, very grounding, heavier energy kind of one. So that's like cedarwood, patchouli, sandalwood. Things like frankincense are really, really good as well, because they help with like that kind of meditative and higher consciousness kind of state. Bergamot, sage, myrrh, cypress, stuff like that are really, really good ones. Even things like ginger, that kind of like root kind of energy there from the ginger. So those are all very, very good for grounding properties. finally, I just want to say that I really, really hope that you probably just knew about the seven major chakras. And so I really hope that now we're expanding out to the 12 chakra system. It's given you something else to explore and enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to hearing how you're all doing with your exploration of your Earth Star Chakra. So please do comment or send me a personal message. I really enjoy listening to what you have been doing from all these videos. Our next chakra episode, we're going to be continuing on to the ninth chakra. That is going to be episode 11. It's called Understanding the Soul Star Chakra, Spiritual Awakening and Connection. So again, that might be a different word for some people, but it's like literally above the crown chakra. So it might be a different name for some people. It might be slightly higher or lower than I'm going to tell you, but just go with what I say and then go out and find what resonates better with you. So that's going to be next month because these are once a month. That's going to be November the 19th. Next week, we're going to be doing tarot and shadow work. Yay! So bring your tarot deck if you want to play along or have a little look while I'm talking about that. So we're just going to talk about how the tarot can help you, one, identify, and two, work through your shadow stuff. So shadow stuff is the stuff that you don't want to deal with, any traumas or past life issues or blocks and things about you that you're not happy with, maybe a personality trait that you're not too keen on or something. It's all stuff that we should really be aware of and work through, because our shadow is not there to hurt us, it's there to help us, right? It's meant to open us up to new and exciting things. So we're going to explore shadow stuff, usually represented by things like the Tower card and the Devil card and all of those ones that scare people that don't know tarot when they get a tarot reading. But it's going to be a really, really beautiful one, talking about ways of self-reflection and healing. So please do join me next week for that one. So until then, I wish you a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you next week for tarot and shadow work. From the wisdom well, keep shining, continue learning, and stay curious. Until next Wednesday.